this,
Recording
we'll
is
start,
on.
we'll start talking about Mozambican youth mapper situation, and also we'll talk about our activities and experience as a chapter, and also about ongoing projects and futures one and challenge as well. So in Africa we have 80 youth mappers chapters, but in Mozambique we just have only three chapters. We have two chapters on the north of the country. One of them is based in Pemba City at uh, Catholic University of Mozambique, which is called Pemba Youth Mapper City, and other one is based on that at Instituto Superior Polytechnico de Songo. But unfortunately, this one is not anymore active. We we never heard about any activity or any person where is located there. And our chapter is based on the south of the country in Maputo City at Eduardo Mondlane University, which is called Comunidade YouthMappers Moçambique, where we have 97 members on OSM teams. And this is our direction, where we have Gertrude Malembe as president and Wendy Mutis as vice president. And also we have more five positions. Actually, are four because we have two social media directors, uh, which are Wisnes Ulmagi and Fernando Gomes. And also we have Marcelo Kumb as coordinator, me, Salazar Sergio, as facilitator, and Igor Musororo as General Secretary. And also we have Remishu Shlauli and Stella Martin as our mentors, which help us giving advice to our activities and projects. Talking about activities and experience, we'll start saying that we have two members in our chapter who had participated in one Youth Members Leadership Fellowship Summit, and the first one was Wendy Mutis in Jamaica in 2023, and I was the second person at Thailand, Bangkok in the last year at 2024. We we organized some mapping class where we teach people about OpenStreetMap, introduce them to open mapping tools like ID Editor and JOSM. And we do it in the both way, like presential and online. And this is one example of one of the last mapping class that we had in the last year, where we have divided into two classes. One of them was to introduce people to open mapping tools, and other one, the second class, was to teach them how to process and analyze the data that is produced in OpenStreetMap using QGIS to make maps. And we always try to give some field mapping experience using mobile mapping tools like OSM Tracker, Kobo Collect, Mapillary, and others, and also using drone to take photo of the seat and also make some orthophotos with these tools. This project at the shack is actually a project where we made with association for disabled people in Shamankulse neighborhood here at Maputo City. It was actually another mapping class because the goal here was to train people, was to transmit our mapping knowledge to these people. So in this way, they could speed up the process of identifying houses and the types of deficiencies present in the neighborhood. Uh, s- uh, to for that for in case that NGOs are rivals, or they could use that information to ask for some financial support showing exactly where people are located and which are the daily challenges. And we made a mapping classroom, and also we go out to a field mapping using Kobo Collect to identify where people are located and which are their daily challenges. And what we realized was that access to public transport and also access to markets, church, and schools, and the others public equipments are the main problems that these people face. Especially because this is one informal settlement neighborhood. Uh, Talking about the Point Limb project, in in English could be the Clean Point project. It was part of SDG Mapping and Response Competition 2024, where we have other youth mappers chapter involved, and we got the first place. This project had the goal to address Thanks. This project had the goal to address the problem of inadequate solid waste management, and our intervention was focused on schools, where we got only $200 to develop and implement this project. And also, this project was based on these three SDG goals: SDG 4, SDG 11, and SDG 12, where we made one field mapping covering more than 10 kilometers around the schools. And then we chose the school that was facing more problem with waste management. uh, and also we made one site analysis in that school, and we realized that they had already one system for waste management, but this wasn't enough to address the problem. So in this way we implemented more six bins. Yes, more six bins. As you can see in this plant, the yellow circles are what we implemented, and the red circles are what we will implement when we got more financial support. And also we made one remote mapping around the schools, where we mapped more than 12,000, where we made more than 12,000 edits, and also added more than 150 point of interests, and also created and updated more than 10,000 buildings using hot tasking manager. Additionally, we made one environmental awareness campaign with students, teachers, and staff to teach them about waste management separation. Talking about passenger satisfaction reform, it was a project in collaboration with metropolitan transport agents locally here in Mozambique and Mapeando Meu Bairro, where we was invited to train and develop one form for satisfaction to rate satisfaction passenger related to public transport, and also we train the people which made the collection of this data in here at Maputo. So was collected more than 5,000 of forms around the metropolitan area, which will be used to improve the quality of transport in this area. So now I'm gonna pass to Gertrude, which will continue talking about some ongoing projects that we have and challenging as well.
Thank you, Salazar. You can pass the slide. Okay, so now we are doing this mapathon that is on Maputo and Matola districts related to health and safety equipment in response to the political instabilities that we faced in last year. So because a lot of people were rushed to the hospitals and in need of safety in police stations, we did this mapathon. We created this task where people could map in their neighborhood where the health and safety equipment was. You can pass, Salazar. We are also doing this project, another project with Mapeando Meu Bairro, that is our main partner with where we are digitalizing high resolution oral photos that they produce. And because they are doing, we are supporting studies related to urban planning, urban facilities, and infrastructure, also foods vulnerability analysis. Yes, so that, and this is more or less our what we have been doing, the results. We are also doing with Mapeando Meu Bairro a document. I don't know how to translate PP in English. But it's a municipal document about the neighborhood, more or less what they have, the buildings, the infrastructure, and everything else. So we train 10 volunteers for the field mapping using Kobo Collect, basically to a survey that was actually focused on economic activities in the neighborhood of Mashaquen D, also in Maputo. And this is a little bit of the results we have. The number of forms were 441 and 427 images of the neighborhood with Kobo Collect. And this here shows the paths, all the roads we walked by during the process of this document with OSM Tracker. So we are planning to do, these are the projects we are for sure doing, maybe this year, and the last one that is food sustainability in Gaza, probably next year because it's still being drawn. So every year we do a winter school that we already showed, I think Salazar talked about. And then we have the GIS workshop where we analyze all the data that was produced during the winter school. And then in the last of the year, we do a summer school where we create the opportunity of people to use drones and mobile mapping. And because, as Salazar said, we are one of the, we have a lot of universities in Mozambique, but not just 3 of them have a chapter, a youth member chapter. So we have the plan on this year to talk with other universities, at least in Maputo City, and help them to create their own chapters. So that's why it is lectures with other universities where we are going to help them understand what mapping is and create their own chapters. And of course, every year we have the GIS Day. We couldn't have last year because of the political instabilities. So this year we will have them. And we are going to ask for more teachers and other professionals in other areas to talk how GIS can help them on daily work. And food sustainability in Gaza is a project we submitted to a and we couldn't win the prize. So we are planning on reaching to other partners where they can help us go to Ulambe and help them have more jobs opportunities and implementing data collection with a lot of the enterprises that work with food sustainability, but they do not use GIS during the analysis process. Yes, Abzar. And although we have been able to do a lot of things, a lot of projects, we lack of essential tools like drones and projectors. Fortunately, we have Mapeando Meu Bairro that sometimes can give us the tools, and we can have some projects as we showed in some images of the projects. And for now, we are still using Mapeando Meu Bairro manage mapping projects on HOT, but we would like to have the chapters team on HOT. That will be a lot easier because we always have to ask them for the permission to open the project, the tasks, the projects. and the work of the community is not yet widely recognized in our society. Basically, I believe because most of the enterprises are not um, do not know what youth mappers or hot or humanitarian OSM is. So those are our main challenges for now. I think that's all. Thank you.
And thanks.